the picture of health, and I thought, like, I couldn't be any healthier because I get paid to be healthy, right, guys? And so I really got involved with Juice Plus because of my husband. He's a firefighter. And if you guys know firefighters, I don't know, well, even if you don't know any firefighters, if you've ever seen one in the grocery store, I don't know if you guys have taken a look what they put in their cart, but it is not good. I always feel like they go to the firehouse and it's permission for them to eat whatever their wives won't let them eat at home. And so we got on Juice Plus for them, or for my husband, and I literally put the shakes and the gummies on the countertop and said, hey, we're going to have this for breakfast, and, you know, we're going to do the fruit snacks instead of the Costco fruit snacks we have. And so I didn't expect to see a really drastic change, maybe in my husband, but certainly not myself. And 30 days later, I wound up pregnant, which wasn't anything crazy, but we had been trying for 4 years, and I had had 3 miscarriages before that. So, of course, being paranoid about staying pregnant and every little tiny thing I was doing, I took Juice Plus into my doctor, and that is where I learned what it actually was. So I asked if I could take it while I was pregnant, and this was kind of my light bulb aha moment. She kind of said, you know, can you eat pineapple, and can you eat orange and papaya and cherries while you're pregnant? And that was kind of like, wow, I felt really stupid because yes, you can. And that is what I was eating through Juice Plus the past 30 days. So because of my history, I was supposed to be on bed rest. I was supposed to be high risk, neither of which happened. And I had my beautiful baby girl, Tegan. And, you know, shortly down the road there, while I was building my business up to NMD, I wound up pregnant again. I was actually pregnant on stage for my NMD talk. And I was 11 weeks pregnant, and I didn't even know with my second daughter. How I found out is I was really slacking in my workout. My clients were just kicking my trash. If anybody has been to Colorado or heard of Red Rocks Amphitheater, I train up there, and it's like 100 flights of stairs that I get to torture people on. And I was the one that was being tortured essentially because my clients were kicking my trash, and that day I found out I was pregnant. So obviously not my problem anymore, but I really attribute me having 2 healthy, beautiful baby girls to Juice Plus. And, you know, that's why I became so passionate about it. About 4 months into it, my skin cleared up too. And honestly, if you Google my name, my skin photo pops up. So it's kind of interesting how that happens. But, yeah, so I just became so passionate about it. I, of course, started sharing, and I started sharing right out of the gate because, of course, if I was going to try something, I needed some guinea pigs, right? So my rep that signed me up told me if I found 2 people that were interested in it, I could get my product for free. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of a coupon cutting kind of person. Like, I like discounts. So I immediately signed up as a representative, not only because I got a discount on my own product, like even if I did nothing else, I still got a discount on my own product. So I figured, okay, me and my husband are going to do it. Why not? So I jumped into the business right away, but tentatively recommended it to my mom and my best friend who did it was Transform 30 back then. It's Shred 10 now. And they did it for 30 days right along with me. I ended up pregnant. My mom's cholesterol dropped 76 points. And my best friend, who wasn't well at the time, got to cut her pain medication in half. And we're talking, she was so not well, she's no longer with us. She never made it to her 30th birthday. So for somebody like that is in that bad of shape health-wise, to be able to cut her pain medication in half was huge. So I was at 100% success rate 30 days into starting. So I really honestly just had a happy hour at my house, and that promoted me to virtual franchise. And I think I made about $2,000 in one night. So that was pretty awesome. And then I went to conference. So I went to my first conference in Phoenix, Arizona, and I don't remember who I had this conversation with, but for those of you who have JOBs, where we trade dollars for hours, somebody spoke with me. I was pregnant at the time with my oldest daughter, and somebody asked me, you know, what I do for a living, because we were introducing each other, right? And I said, oh, I own a personal training business. And they go, oh, you do? So you're making money while you're here in Arizona. And I go, no, like, I have a business, meaning I have 70 clients and I get to run it the way that I want to. And he goes, oh, no, 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 honey, it's not a business unless you're making money when you're not working. And he goes, you want a business? Look at Juice Plus. And he goes, what are you going to do for maternity leave? And I said, well, I don't know. I was honestly just going to put some money in my savings account and go from there. And he goes, well, what if you could make money while you were on maternity leave? So it really perked my interest. So I think by the time I went on maternity leave, I was sales coordinator. And I'll never forget my husband. We had just brought our baby home and he was like jumping for joy. And I was like, oh, we just had a baby. He's so happy. And he goes, oh no, I just logged into our virtual office and you made the biggest paycheck ever. And in the month of August, my oldest daughter was overdue. So they had cut me off of work. They said, relax, which anybody who knows me, I don't know how to relax, kind of high strung. So I had not worked one day of my Juice Plus business in the month of August. And that was my biggest paycheck ever. So that's kind of what opened my eyes to the business. And it hasn't stopped from there. So I always say I'm fortunate because I was able to build my business while essentially building babies.
That's awesome, Lindsay. So tell us more about Travis, what he's been doing at the fire hall and even his experience on it.
Yeah, so his experience is very cool because he has had eczema his whole life, and it's mostly on his hands, which is a problem for somebody who wears gloves all of the time because they're washing their hands all the time. They're taking those gloves on and off. And it's also a problem because, if he comes into contact, working on a patient with any sort of blood, he could get blood-to-blood diseases. So oddly enough, his eczema had cleared up. But when we had Tegan, our oldest daughter, with the stress of it and being a new parent and everything else, he had forgot to take his Juice Plus because, of course, I was out of it and wasn't reminding him, right? So I always say I really have 3 kids. My husband is my other child. But anyway, so his eczema cleared up, except for he ran a little science experiment, I say, because he stopped taking it during that time. And during that time, he actually had outbreaks on his hands. And he was actually quarantined because they were working on a Hep C patient. And so he couldn't come home to me or the baby for 3 days because they thought he may have been exposed to Hep C. So let's just say he didn't get exposed, thank God. And he's never gone a day without Juice Plus ever again. And he's really planning on never having eczema ever again. But that instance is kind of when he started his Juice Plus business. And I'll never forget having a newborn at home. I actually had a conversation with Dr. Mitra Ray, and she said we ought to open up a business for my husband. So this was, I think, in January. So January being a new mom, January as a personal trainer, I just thought she was nuts because at that point in time, the gym I work at was actually signing on board. They actually had threatened to fire me for selling Juice Plus, and I invited them to join the team instead. And so I was starting my gym up, which is a huge facility, starting my husband's business up, and having a new baby. So it was like tenfold all at once. But he took it to the firehouse, and there are several firefighters on board now. And I just think that's so important for them to detox because they're exposed to so many different carcinogens when they go on a fire. Think of what is in your home and what is burning and what they breathe in, So it's been really cool at the firehouse too, because a lot of those guys have second jobs. Now they don't need to anymore. They just do Juice Plus.
That's awesome. So share with us how you would share it with other trainers, Lindsay, because, some of us are kind of stubborn and we know everything, right? So how do you go about sharing?
Yeah. So one of the best tactics I have had for that is I did what's called a swap it out challenge, and I just started hashtagging that on Facebook actually a while back. And what it was is to swap out your multivitamin with either the fruit snacks or the capsules, and swap out your current protein, because all of us trainers are usually taking a multivitamin and usually doing protein. And so just swap it out for 30 days, I say, and see if they can taste, see, and feel a difference. And then I always tell them that we have 100% money back guarantee. And there's no way, I mean, the majority of trainers are really in tune with their bodies. I mean, that's what we're good at. Was not one personal trainer that we invited to do the Swap It Out challenge. And we all like challenges too, because we're competitive, right? So it's not going up against what other people, other trainers, what they think they know, because we know it all, right? And so to ask us to do a challenge meets our competitive side. And it also is just a perfect entryway into having them try the product. Once they try the product, most likely you can turn them over into a teammate.
And were these people that you knew, Lindsay, or were you cold calling trainers, or?
Any trainer you come into contact with. I mean, that's just such a duplicatable thing that we've done that it makes it non-intimidating to approach a trainer. One of the most intimidating things about talking to a trainer is, especially somebody like, let's say, a mom on my team who doesn't know a heck of a lot about working out maybe, but she knows of a trainer. That was just a non-intimidating way of approaching them.
That's awesome.
So all of the above.
Good. So tell us a little bit about your team and what kind of events you guys are doing. And
so we are in the process of starting events again. I was just telling Melissa today that she and Nicole just so motivated us with the Rip Rap the other day that we are going to start doing events again. The one thing that we have done, I'm just kind of getting in the swing of this, having like 2 babies at home, because my kids are really close together. So with that being said, I've been kind of struggling my own health challenges ever since I had the second baby, but everything's under control now, which is good. But I ended up, unfortunately, with 2 C-sections back to back, which threw my body into like a crazy fight or flight mode that I finally have gotten out of. But one of the things that we've done, and we'd like to start doing more events, but we were doing a workout once a week. I kind of band together in Colorado here with a lot of personal trainers. I think there were 6 of us, and we were offering a free workout every single week with a 10-minute Juice Plus presentation at the end. So we were having an event every single week with an opportunity to not only invite our current customers, but also have our customers invite friends or family that they wanted. A lot of people pay big money to work out with trainers, so the fact that we were offering a free one was great. And I don't know about you, Melissa, but a lot of my team members were like, well, I'm not a trainer, so I couldn't do the business the way you did. I mean, all excuses are equal, but at the same time, it provided an opportunity for them not to have to be a trainer, but they could present the product in the same way that I was.
That's great. I love it. Yeah, I've seen a lot of your posts when you're outside. It's amazing scenery to do that. So tell us about, I guess, your journey to NMD, because I'm sure it was just a smooth, easy ride, no problems.
Sure. I got the magic beans at the bottom of the beanstalk, right? No, I mean, a lot of people, so I went to NMD in about 18 months. And a lot of people think that I had this like magic potion, but there's no replacement for just getting to work. And there's no replacement for just touching your business every single day and treating it like a business. So I just really love a challenge. So that's why I think and my team does as well. And I think that's why you guys so motivated my team the other day on Rip Rap, because it's something that when I was going for NMD, we had that synergy within the team. And it's so important to have that, and exciting that I believe Nicole was saying, like, people were afraid to not be a part of it, right? Janice, you're like, no, I don't want to not be a part of this. Please don't kick me out, right? So there's just something to be said for the synergy in the team and everybody working together. You don't reach NMD by yourself. And I so give credit to every single one of my sales coordinators that made it happen. I mean, I remember on qualifiers day, we were just scraping by, and we thought we were only going to hit that 33,000 that we needed, and we ended up being at like 38,000 PVC, which was insane. But we were just pulling out all the stops, and if there's anything we learned is, if you don't ask, the answer is always no, right? So if you don't ask that personal trainer to swap it out, and if you don't ask that gym owner if they might potentially be interested. And the night I hit NMD, it was one of my CrossFit gym owners. She VF'd in one night just from inviting her people to hear about Juice Plus. She was brand new to the team, and I said, you know, you have no idea what just happened, but I think you just helped me hit NMD. And she had no idea. She was just a VF, but the extra volume put us over the top, so it was a for sure thing. So there's no magic potion, but there was events every single day. And we were cold calling people, we were Facebooking people, we had events. And like I said, there's no replacing it for hard work. So you can brainstorm and be motivated all day long, but actually stepping foot out the door and going to do it and going to work, that's how you do it, you know? So you can brainstorm all day long, but if you never put those ideas and bring them into fruition, it's never going to happen.
Yep, so true. So what was your DMO like when you were gunning for NMD, Lindsay, on a typical day?
Oh my.
Maybe tell us what it was, what a typical day was like, and then how did you ramp that up in the last month or two?
So actually, you were a big motivator for me, Melissa. I think I just told you that today. Like, I remember you like boxering me and just saying, what do you need and where are you at and everything. And I believe it was either you or Nicole. Both of you were so motivational to me. In the final moments of it, I believe it was you guys that had suggested to me, like, to reach out to every single customer and just ask if they would be willing to do one more box of shakes or you know, 4 more orders of shakes and just pay them full and be stocked up for a little while. And I think that is what ramped our PVC up so much. And again, if I would have never asked, because I wasn't going to until your guys' suggestion, the answer would have been no. It was already no. And of course we got some no's, but the majority of people were like, oh my gosh, they were just as excited as I was. So as my customer, and you know, we know our customers, we built this relationship with our customers, just about every single one of them stocked up on product for me so that we could hit it. So it was an insane goal. And you know, the daily method of operation was just to make sure that every single person, you know, not only me, but every single person on the team was touching their business every single day and treating it like a business. So it was wake up and then make sure before you even get out of bed that you text 5 people. Whether they're following up with 5 people or 5 brand new people, you're starting off that momentum first thing in the morning before you get out of bed. So that was a big one, I remember. And I always said it was funny for me because, you know, my baby would wake up and I only have so much time before I actually have to go up and get her because she was crying, right? So it was like a motivation for me because I didn't want the baby crying, right? So I had to do it really quick. So I just like you know how Facebook Messenger shows you if people are active or not? Those first 5 people that it showed me were active got a message. So, and some of those were the same people I had talked to before, so I was following up, and some of them were brand new. So, and it was pretty early in the morning for me, but just starting off that momentum first thing in the morning kept the momentum rolling throughout the day.
That's awesome. Awesome. Any tips that you can share with people that are, you know, gunning for whatever position it may be?
Yeah, just, you know, not to be repetitive, but to just, you know, we are so much in our heads, all of us. And so to just leave your fear by the wayside and just realize how much not only this product has impacted your life, most likely because you joined the business, but realizing how much the business is impacting your life. And so to not share either one with somebody because you think that they'll say no, or you think this or you think that, right? We're in our own heads and we're making judgment on somebody else before, right? Like the question you just asked about, how do you invite a personal trainer? Think of what this business and what this product has done for my life, right? I could be going through fertility clinics right now and spending all this money, or having to adopt or whatever, if somebody wouldn't have just asked me because they thought maybe I knew it all and they were afraid to approach me because I'm intimidating as a trainer, right? So I thank God every day that Deborah introduced me to this, but to not prejudge. Whatever you do, don't prejudge. Even if it's a clerk in the grocery store or it's a personal trainer or your best friend, don't prejudge. Don't make that decision for people. Let them make it for themselves.
That's awesome. let's open up the lines now. If anybody has questions, just unmute yourself and you can ask Lindsay. Anyone at all? Everything? You have no questions?
I do. Lindsay, I actually had a question from someone that asked me, but she was just asking one of my teammates if we can borrow your swap out challenge idea, because she
Absolutely.
loved it. Yeah. Okay.
No need
Awesome.
to reinvent the wheel, right?
Right. Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. That was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was me, so thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Any other questions?
Hi, it's Sherry Lynn. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wondered, I have a business that I open in September, and I don't want to throw the people coming into the store away from my store because I'm interested in sharing the Juice Plus, but I don't want to scare my customers away either. So is there any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so you saying that you're going to scare your customers away is a prejudgment, like we had spoke about, right?
Yeah.
And I also am guilty of that, right? I kind of thought that, gosh, if someone has $100 to spend, I want them to spend it on personal training because I have a business as well, right? Why in the world would I ask them to also spend $100 on Juice Plus, right? But what we don't realize is your other business, I don't know if it provides a residual income for you, but that's kind of what I decided. Let me ask you this, Sherry. Do people have to eat anyway?
Yes.
Every day?
Yep.
Okay, so are they going to eat anyway, rather they come into your store or rather they don't?
Yes.
Are they spending money on that, eating every day?
Yeah.
Could you save somebody money because this is cheaper than actually going out to eat?
Yeah, so because it's a health and wellness store, so I'm dealing with a lot of mobility problems and stuff. So they're coming in not feeling well, so it's a great opportunity to share the Juice Plus. I just didn't know how to do it.
People got to eat, right? So that's how I present it. I say, gosh, you would, so how I present it to my clients is typically they're going to double their results if they have Juice Plus in their system. Would that be true also with some of your other products? Like if they were taking Juice Plus and purchasing these other things, would they see more benefit?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that's how I would verbalize it. It's up to you. You can just buy this other stuff, in the store, which I am encouraging you to do. Or if you buy this and Juice Plus, you're going to double your results. I mean, and that's very true with fitness. So that's how I present it.
Okay, yeah, I did put it in the store, and I'm going to put the Tower Garden in there too, so people can ask about it. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hi, Lindsay. I have a question for you.
Go for it.
Sorry you can't see me because my screen's not working, but my name is Angela, and I'm just new to Juice Plus, and so I'm still kind of learning how to approach people without making it a sales pitch, because usually people run when they think you're trying to sell them something. And so how do you start off these conversations with dealing with folks that are super skeptical about being sold something?
So ultimately, we're in this business because we care about people. Would you agree? Hello?
Hello?
Would you agree that we're in this business because we care about other people?
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't hear her. Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, so when you make it less about the sale and more about caring for other people, people are going to buy things every single day, no matter what, right? Like people are still going to go to Starbucks. People are still going to eat. People are still going to go, Melissa, you're probably on my same page. Like I can't walk into a store and not buy workout clothes, like whether I need them or not, right? So the level that you just need to get on, and everybody does, is that you're doing a disservice to people by not sharing. So it's no different than sharing my favorite restaurant or my favorite movie or my favorite workout clothes, right? I always say I'm a Nikeaholic because I love Nikes. That's just me, right? So you need to get out of your own head. It's not a sales pitch if you care about what you're doing. And if you care about that movie, I saw the Titanic 4 times when it came out because I loved it. So fall in love with the product, and then it's less about the sales pitch and the money involved and more about caring, right? So if I tell you my story and I say, oh my gosh, I don't know if this is for you, but I thought I was the healthiest person in the whole wide world. I tried this stuff and I was pregnant 30 days later after 3 miscarriages and 4 years of trying. You think that if I approach a mama who's struggling with those same issues, she's going to think it's a sales pitch?
No, probably not with that story.
So sharing your own story, it could be something so minor. It could be, hey, I don't know if this is for you, but I used to get canker sores all of the time, and now I don't. I used to have migraines all of the time, now I don't. Whatever your story is, just share it, even if it's minor, right? My husband, I used to get eczema all of the time, and now I don't. I used to struggle with my weight, and now I don't. I used to struggle with overeating, now I don't. It can be minor. We all struggle with little things, right? It doesn't matter what it is, but sharing our story is so powerful, and that's why it's our most utilized tool in this business, because it makes it less of a sales pitch.
Yeah, and I think that's where I get worried because I'm very passionate about it, and so I think I'm really good at telling my story and then asking them about their kind of stories and their issues. So I actually hate to bring up the fact that, hey, this is only, $9 a day, or, you're going to be buying groceries. So that's probably where the last conversation little piece is where I struggle the most, because I find you're probably going to lose most people right then and there, because unfortunately 3 years ago when I tried to get into this, that's where I got lost too, because I was like, you know what, I just I couldn't afford it at the time, so I thought I can't spend the money. So I see folks in the exact same boat, and so that's where they're struggling. So I'm trying to do the storytelling, but at the same time, I guess maybe just because I'm new and I'm just getting into it, that I'm thinking, how do I approach this a little bit differently? Like, I guess you can only say what your story is and then allow them to come to you.
Hey, Angela, I'm just going to interrupt. There's excellent training. It's called Go Pro training.
Okay.
So get with your upline and get them to show you where some of that training is, and then buy yourself the book, networkmarketingpro.com.
Okay, thank you.
And I think that will change everything for you, because I felt like that before as well. And learning the verbiage through GoPro changed everything. It truly feels like I'm just sharing. It's all about asking questions and so on. So get with that book.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, it's already 9:34. So we're going to wrap up this part of the call for anyone that needs to go. Thank you so much for joining us. For those of you that want to stay on and hear more about the Surge to SSC that we're running, by all means, stay on. We'll tell you a little bit about that. We started to talk about it on the Rep Wrap call with Mitra last week. So Lindsay wanted us to share with her team. So we'll do that.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So it's a challenge. And much like Lindsay, I'm super competitive. I mean, it's kind of crazy, actually. I was ranting at my son's house league hockey game the other day. And my husband's like, what's wrong with you? I said, I want to win. It's just that simple. I don't care. I want to win. So we came up with this challenge. We try to do them all the time before conference. And we came up with this, just the word surge was really fun, like surging towards something. And then we chose senior sales coordinator because here in Canada, we have a program that our head office puts on every other year. And it's called LAW, Leadership Advancement Weekend. And it's an all expense paid weekend to a particular destination. If you hit the senior sales coordinator level or higher, or if you've been before, then you have to reach the next level in order to be invited. So that's why the goal is at a minimum senior sales coordinator, so that everybody can join us. And this year in May, the destination is Montreal. Quebec. We have been to Ottawa, our capital, the very first time, and then we were out in Whistler 2 years ago, and now we're going to be going to Montreal. It's the third time we're doing it. It is so much fun, so much time for social, and so much great training from the leaders across the country. So everybody wants to go, and it's, oh my goodness, a free trip. There's always loads and loads of people that have never been to these different locations. So that's why it's surged to senior sales coordinator. And in order to have gotten into the group, there were requirements they had to do, and we put a 2-page document together listing everything they had to do. One was a vision board, and really simple, just on your phone using Pic Collage, for example. You just Google photos of whatever was part of your vision and put them together. Another one was called your storyboard, so kind of like a vision board, but it's a photo of yourself, and then your story. What has Juice Plus done for you? What has the business done for you? Or if you were new, what were you hoping it would do? And then what is your image on Facebook, if you will? And they had to come up with their hashtags. And the last thing they had to do was fill out their DMO sheet, their daily method of operation. We started on a Wednesday, and so the first one was due before that Wednesday happened, just till that Sunday. And then they do a new one every week after that. And we upped the ante a little bit. There's in the DMO, they have to reach out to 5 new people every day. Then of course following up with people. If they had team, that was in there. Everyone had to be running a Shred 10 group on Facebook, so they had to make sure they were following up with those people. And then the other part that I have put a lot of emphasis on with my team is personal development. They had to spend 15 minutes every night doing some sort of personal development, because I believe the people that are going to move the fastest and have the most success this year are the people that work on themselves. Because you can learn all about the products, you can memorize all the studies, everything like that. But if you don't go to work on yourself, you're going to get stuck in fear, what have you. So we put a big emphasis on that. And we also recommended that they were doing affirmations and meditation every single day. And then what we've been doing are fun things called flash challenges. So on Sunday, one of the leaders, either Nicole or Jen Brennan or myself, will send out a message to the team, here's your flash challenge. So the one we just did last Sunday, they had a little more than 24 hours. It was due by 9 p.m. the next day. They had to text as many people, like reach out to brand new people. I say text. It could be a Facebook message. It could be email. It could phone, whatever. A minimum of 20 people, but the maximum was unlimited. And we had a contest. And the winner had a choice of a hat or the Juice Plus hat. Our head office had these Juice Plus Canada winter toques made up. So they had a choice of that or something else. I forget what the other thing was. And the winner did 132 texts from Sunday till Monday at 9 p.m. Unbelievable. And everybody went above and beyond the 20. And so and what they were saying is once they got their verbiage down that they felt comfortable with, it just became cut and paste for the most part, sending that message. So after that, I said, wow, what if you guys went, instead of just doing 5 messages a day, what if you did 10? What's your business going to look like? So it just opened their minds to what's possible. They already felt like they're going out of their comfort zone. And then they went even further and look at all that they accomplished. So it's pretty exciting. So this program, as I said, started a couple of Wednesdays ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago today. And it's going to run until April, the end of April, because our law weekend is in May. So it's running basically almost 3 months. So it's been really fun. As Lindsay touched on, because I was telling her a little bit about this, as a leader, it has been the most fascinating experience with the members in the group, because as Lindsay said, that I shared with her, that people were doing whatever they needed to do because they didn't want to miss out on being part of this group, because they knew it was going to take their business to a different level. As leaders, we also provide training 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, on a particular topic. So last week it was on verbiage, and 3 leaders talked about verbiage but their own kind of verbiage. And mine, I was part of that group, and I was talking about just when you're out and about in life, giving them examples of what I do. And somebody else was talking about just verbiage on the phone, and then somebody else verbiage on social media, things like that. So the people in this group are getting this excellent training 3 times per week. So it's really allowing them to up their game. And then there's going to be other fun things happening along the way they don't even know about yet. And then we've had some other people like terrified of different goals, and all of us are just detached. There's no pressure for people to do these. If they don't want to, that's fine, but then they're out of the group for a week, and then they can come back in when they do whatever activity. But people are pushing themselves outside their comfort zone, so therefore personal growth is happening, and they're getting comfortable being uncomfortable, and it's allowing them to grow their business. So it's been really funny seeing people, as I say, scramble to get stuff done, or people that weren't sure about doing it are like doing all the activities without any stress whatsoever. So it's been interesting as a leader watching people grow and morph in this, and as well for them. So I'll open up to Nicole and Jen Brennan, who are also on here. What else? You guys want to share something else? Jen, you want to go first? Are you still on with us? She might have jumped off. I think she jumped off. Nicole, you want to share?
Yeah, I think you covered most of it. It's just we're just having a good time, and it's what we've done is we've kind of I think we have 12 leaders in total in the group. So a leader would be classified as a senior sales coordinator and above. And then each leader is responsible for their own people in the group. So we're not micromanaging a huge group. Everyone's kind of got their own team within the group, and we do it as a group Facebook Messenger. So we're kind of working together almost like in these smaller teams. So we're like accountability. We are sorry, I just got a text and got confused. Yeah, so it's fun because people are engaged, and we're pushing them, and we're getting results. And people, when they realize that, when they lean into their fear and they overcome it, that they're moving forward. And I can tell you that I'm seeing so much growth in the short period of time, and that was our intention, is for those that really wanted to lean into their fear and their discomfort would be part of this group. And yes, people have dropped off, people have got scared, and that's okay because it's not their time. But for the ones that are playing full out, it's working for them, and it's fun to work with those players right now. And I just encourage you guys to do something similar to your teams.
Do you guys have any questions about it?
I have not a question, just I love this idea. I've listened to Rip Rap, and I really like the ideas, and so thank you, Lindsay, for getting us on this call so we can do something like this, because I think the timing is perfect, and it's definitely something that I need to build my business to the next level.
Awesome. Whose team are you on, Kaylee? Are you with Monica or Lindsay?
Lindsay.
Okay, because I was talking to Lindsay that I would send her the outline, basically, of the program. So you guys can copy it, do what you want with it, get ideas. Yeah.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, and I'm going with Lindsay to the GoPro women's event too in Vegas. So I'm just so ready to kick into gear and do it.
Awesome. Oh, I wanted to go, but I couldn't make it work. Oh, that's so awesome. It's going to be great. Anyone else? All right. Well, on that note, we'll say good night. Thanks so much for all the visitors, the guests joining us. Come on anytime. And thanks for allowing us to share our Surge to SSC program. And I'll send it to Lindsay. Monica's team already knows about it. So if you're on Monica's team and you don't know about it, get with Monica. And we will see everybody else later next week, if not before. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Thanks,
Thank you, Melissa.
Lindsay.
Thank you, Nicole.
Nicole.
Good night.
Good night.